Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Helena Mbotia and this is Wasabi's, where I talk about business and life and all that good stuff. I feel like it's been so long, but it's only been 2 weeks and I'm glad to be back. I was to be away for a week only. Anyway, life just happened. I couldn't even upload last week. I couldn't even shoot last week. But thank God that I'm here today. So today's video is greatly inspired by a book that I'm currently reading. And this is Nice Girls Don't Get Rich. I'd highly recommend this book, especially to women. When they say nice girls, because I've had to explain myself a lot when I'm reading this book in public, or people who don't know me so well. When she says nice girl, she doesn't mean that you need to be a bad woman or a bad girl for you to get rich. But it simply means she calls a normal girl or a predictable woman a nice girl. So that's what it means. And like, I know subconsciously, even if you've never said it out loud, subconsciously in your head or in your minds, especially as women, we kind of know that there's a difference of how we perceive wealth, money, investments compared to men. You'll find that there are more men with interest when it comes to things like stocks, when it comes to things like cryptocurrencies and all those things compared to women. And so now those are the kind of girls she's calling nice girls, who we don't really push to know much about financial things. So yeah, so this is what actually this book is about, and the mistakes we've made. She's highlighted 75 avoidable mistakes, and I'm currently on, I think, mistake number, what mistake am I? Oh, it's here. I'm currently on mistake number 29, and I'm enjoying this book. A better part of this year, especially this year, I was so keen on learning more about money, growing my discipline when it comes to savings, and even I've had just a heavy burden, like when you've saved and now there's money in your account and you're like, okay, so what next? Like, other than my business, what else can I invest in? So I've been doing quite a lot of research on those things, especially here in Kenya, how I can invest my money. So that's a reason why this year I'm focusing a lot on financial literature, if I can call it that even the books I'm reading are more about helping me know more about money and develop the financial discipline that I need. I want to talk about a mistake I read in this book that we really make as women, and that's mistake number 10: choosing to remain financially illiterate. Here she gave a story of a lady called Barbara. Barbara was married to this guy, then the dad died. Barbara's dad died, left Barbara a fortune, and Barbara says it was millions of dollars. Barbara decides, my husband is a certified financial planner, so he's the one who's going to handle all that money. Guys, I'm talking about millions of dollars, and this is a true story. So Barbara decides she's going to give the husband the responsibility of handling that money because she did not know what to do with that money. But this is the other thing: the husband was a compulsive gambler. So you're giving a gambler millions of dollars, and inevitably in 10 years they had nothing. Like, it's like that money was never given to them. And this is what Barbara actually says. She says, unconscious messages were in control of me. I found money so scary and intimidating. My brain would fog and my eyes would glaze over. Even when I knew he was gambling, I didn't want it to be true. I wanted to believe the myth that I would somehow be taken care of. One day, I even went to a financial coach to help me take control, but when I left his office, I felt like I was doing something wrong. I thought men were supposed to take care of money and women were supposed to take care of men. I went back to the coach feeling I never went back to the coach because I felt so strongly I had done a bad thing. It was until after my money was lost and I was in therapy that I realized my deepest fear was that if I was smart about money, I would never find a man to love me. I read that part of this book and I was just wow. Like, because I feel like there are many women who don't give in their best because they have that fear. And there's even another part of this book that was talking about you could be brought up in a home where your parents are always encouraging you be a go-getter, you do what, but when you come to the outside world, a woman who knows her things, especially around money and business and work generally, is seen as an intimidating woman. And this book, where is that part? I actually have to get that part where they talk about despite you being raised in a good home, you could still be affected by it. And this is what they say: regardless of what they hear from their parents, and by they hear, they mean the girls, the nice girls or us, they enter into a world where they are made to feel that men know more when it comes to money, that women are responsible for a household, and that if it comes to a choice between taking care of themselves or others, well, it's not really a choice. Women will automatically feel like they need to take care of others with their money before they take care of themselves. And I really wanted to digest that and to see if that has been true in my life. I know I've been told by someone that they'd never date me unless we're at par, because I started business when I've mentioned before, when I was in university. And so this guy told me live, for me, until I'm at the level you are, I can't date you. And so, for me it was a bit like what are you talking about? What are you talking about? But I understand there are women who would slow down for such a thing. There are women who would not care to know a lot about financial things, because you figure that one day someone will take care of you and will take care of that aspect. And I know there are families that have that argument that it's the father who's in charge of investments. But that's not to say that as women we should not be aware of what investments are about, that we should not have a say. Because for me, I think one of the fears I have is getting into probably marriage when it happens, and my husband tells me, things like, I want us to put our money here, and I know nothing about it, to the point that I'm just like, yeah, it's okay, like, you do it, I trust you. It's not an issue of trust, it's an issue of, when it comes to money, you also need to have a say. You also need to know what is happening. We need to know how the stocks are moving, you guys. We need to know about the government bonds that are being issued, the T-bills that are being issued. We need to know those things. We need to know the value of land. We need to know. And I feel so guilty because I also don't know many of these things. And so it becomes so easy if one day someone steps over me, or if one day I make a lot of money, but I don't know what to do with it, and instead choose to trust someone else and give that other person the responsibility of running my own money. And we can't do that. We really can't. I don't know how we can help each other. But you guys, I think today, in fact, in the book they say, if you're financially illiterate, like I am, I don't think I am financially illiterate, but I'm really working hard to get there. But they say if you're financially illiterate today, it's a choice, because we live in the world of technology. We go to the same school as these guys. And I'm sorry if there's a man watching this video, because I'm really focusing on the women. But if there's a man here, please tell me if what I'm saying is true. But yeah, we go to the same schools as these guys. We read the same books they read, or we can have access to the same books they can access. If you're watching this video, you have access to YouTube, which has a lot of material when it comes to financial literacy. So for you not to be literate, then really it's a choice. And I don't know who's with me, but this year we have to work extra hard for that thing to go. But to that said, I'm going to give some coaching tips I still give in this book, because guys, we have to be more financially literate. Yeah, we need to be more financially literate, at least by the end of this year. I want, by the time it's December, anyone who's watched this video, especially the women, know more about money and are having more discussions about this. So this book, after every mistake, they don't just give you the mistake and make you feel guilty. No, they give you coaching tips. So I'm going to read a few, especially when it comes to how we can improve our financial literacy, and some that I already started doing, so at least we can be accountable to each other, and we can be on this journey together. So no, you're not alone. If you want to know more about financial literacy, I'm also on this journey, and we can always help each other. These coaching tips, even if you're a guy watching this and you feel like you're also not financially literate, this will also really help you, and I hope you'll also be in the same journey as us. So the first thing she says is, give yourself 3 to 6 months without doing anything. Instead, spend some portion of everyday reading something about money, even if it's just the headlines or the business section of the paper. Now, here she's already assuming people read every day. That's like another culture that I'm really no, I've honestly improved. Let me not be hard on myself. I've really improved. I've been reading almost every day. Most days than not, I've been reading. So what she's saying is, if you already have reading time in your everyday, at least even if it's just reading the headlines of the business section of the paper, try to do that so that at least you become more knowledgeable on how companies are operating and all those things. The other thing she says, talk about money. Talk to someone. At least every week have a conversation on money, especially with people who know more about money. So if you have a friend in the finance field, if you have a friend working in the bank, at least want to know how are things going, are there any rules, are there any new laws or new regulations when it comes to money, especially here in our economy. There's a new loan that was issued by CBK, and it will really help the medium, small, and the micro, small, and medium enterprises that you need to know about. So that's information that's out there, but you need to talk more about it. The other thing she says is start saving. As women, we are known as big savers, and let me tell you, any investment, let no one lie to you, any investment starts with savings. You have to put some money aside for you to invest it. So if we are the biggest savers, then you guys, we can't again be the smaller percentage of the people who invest and not let men be the bigger investors. I'm even disappointed in myself. Like, how does that happen? And she says, even if it's starting with $5, that's 500 bob here, or even 100 bob every day, please just start saving. There's a Britam scheme I got into, not a scheme, it's more of a package that I got into, and I saved 3,000 bob. The reason I decided to save 3,000 bob every day for that is, to me, 100 bob every day, so it goes into my Britam account that I'll be able to access it after 6 years. Now you guys, I had already start thinking, what do I want to do with that money in the next 6 years? And I've already figured it out, and that thing now gives me more motivation to save. So especially when you know what you want to do, the money you're saving to, it gives you more psych to save because you want to achieve your final goal. The other thing she talks about is commit to attending one financial investment seminar within the next 3 months. I have none, so if you know any that are coming up, please let me know. Then subscribe to and read, not just subscribe and read a financial planning magazine. Please, let's look for that. If you have any nice financial planning magazines, or even if it's e-magazines that really focus on money and those things, please just send it to me. I'll really appreciate, or even just leave it in the comment section below. The other one is use commuting time as learning time, and this has been one of my favorites. That if you're in a car, if you're in a matatu, if you're walking, at least listen to something. Even if it's a podcast, when it comes to money, please just listen to it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this video will help us. I really pray to God, but by the end of 2019 December, or even in January, when we're just taking stock of our life and our year, that financial literacy will have greatly improved. Let's form a community actually that helps people be accountable. Let's share material that will help us. Like I've shared this book. If you're able to read it, please do. I don't really do soft copy, so I'm not sure how you can get it on soft copy. I'm more of a hard copy kind of person, but if you're able to read it, please do. Not all, you won't relate to all mistakes, but at least there's some that will make you know, aha, that's a mistake I've been making, thinking that it's normal life, but really it's not, it's just a mistake. So thank you so much for watching my video, and see you next week.